Hi, beautiful souls. So, today's topic on this podcast, I would like to present you with cacao. Cacao, which is considered as a plant medicine, and I have been on this journey since September last year, 2021, and it has been an amazing journey and something like I would say my life has taken a huge, deeper inner shift. Like Reiki is my first awakening, and now with Mama Cacao, it has really been a good journey. And I haven't stopped talking about it. I have been spreading more of it, and I thought, let me now share it on my podcast. So, cacao has been considered as a sacred plant, but it wasn't until recently that we started to recognize its therapeutic benefits. I have been connecting with a lot of people around the world with my work, and when I talk about cacao, many nationalities have considered saying that it has been a superfood when they were young. They grew up with cacao plants in their backyards or consuming it as a normal drink in their part of everyday lives. So it is really interesting how the modern way has brought in huge impact on to this part. And so from its antioxidant properties to its mood boosting abilities, cacao offers many helpful benefits. And while its physical benefits are well known, recent studies show that cacao can be used as a spiritual tool as well. Something that, as mentioned, I've experienced firsthand when I was discovering my own healing journey with cacao. And you can see, it's a big boom happening. So many ceremonies around, so many people talking about it. It has become one of the trends on TikToks as well, right? So, yeah, for me, it came around, I think, 2015 or 2014. A client of mine, she used to do the raw chocolates, and one time in a session, her husband brought me those raw chocolates, and they were so good. And when I got to meet her, she was talking about cacao and the benefits and how she was finding it to be highly good to her own soul. So I tried cacao for the first time then, getting it from the local store. To be honest, I didn't like the taste. It was too bitter, or I didn't do it right ways as I do it now. I didn't have much of the knowledge about it as well on the ceremonial dose, or what best to utilize with it. There was not much research available on internet back then. So I tried to use up all that cacao that I brought through the baking and everything rather than directly consuming it. But it was still knocking to me, and this beautiful friend was still in touch, and she would be nudging about it once in a while. But it was in last year. I said, okay, let's give it a try. And hearing about it, so I got in touch with Keats Cacao. And I said, okay, let's give it a try. And so I ordered it, and I booked my astrology session with another friend who does ceremonial way as well. So I said, let's invoke in a beautiful way of setting as it's my first one and give it a try. So I tried to follow the recipe that mentioned on the Keats Cacao and made it and got ready with my astrology reading. And I have to say, it was more deeper, beautiful, allowing my heart opening. It's the first time that I actually understood the power of this amazing plant, that I could anchor and feel it, even though it's online, but still at intentions, drinking with intentions, everything has been mind blowing. Since then, I have been incorporating ceremonial cacao in my life almost daily, experiencing the benefits, everything from feeling more grounded to having breakthroughs in my healing, channelings, art, writing, the way I would present to my family, the way I would be honoring the space with my clients as well, I noticed that I was having more energy, was sleeping better, my dreams were intense. So when I started, I think I was doing it only like twice a week on Thursdays, where my usual day would start at 6 o'clock, connecting with Irish clients, doing some meditations, and some days I wouldn't even finish up until like 8 or 9 in the evening. I noticed that my energies were not spiking, they were consistent. I was more into that flow of it, and there was a buzz energy I could feel. And coming into March of this year, I was diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, a genetic heart condition. And during this period, I was consuming cacao, and I think I increased my dose to 3 to 4 times a week. And I noticed that it was giving me really the emotional support system, because it was a shock for me to stay balanced and be calm when diagnosed with it, and taking like around 15 medications, some with diuretics, flushing out, pumping out the water from my body, and with all the potassium, magnesium in my body as well. And so my blood reports were amazed by doctors, as well as I was not having kidney issues or low in potassium or magnesium, which was surprising for them with such a heavy medications. So I said, okay, this is what it's doing. Let's continue doing it, because it has a deeper nutrients than any other foods that I have noticed having it. Yeah. And how it has helped me, I started giving back as well, started hosting the women's circles, because I felt like, when this can do such a beautiful deeper work of heart opening, why not let's connect with other people around and start sharing this mama cacao. And so started organizing these sacred moon circles on the full moon and the new moon every 15 days, bringing in 8 to 9 women, and we consume the ceremonial grade cacao, we journal, we do meditations, and it started forming to be a soul tribe, which I absolutely love it, because we are lost without having our soul tribes. And when you meet your like-minded people, you expand, you grow, you feel honored, you feel anchored. There are many more advantages you bring home, because you are much in a calmer space, your soul is being satisfied. So I started combining art with cacao, Akashic reading with cacao, Reiki with cacao. Like, when I believe something, I go full on into it, just like Reiki, because I know there is so much potential, and you don't need a proof when it's working for you. You don't need to justify to anyone. It's just a deep flow. The soulful activities, like my inner creative, my inner wisdom, or the peace was just going on a high rate. So I started also introducing to my family members, as I'm skeptic. I started noticing like differences on the day they would consume, especially my husband, my children. They still haven't adapted to the cacao, but they love the protein balls that I make out of cacao. That makes them like more energized, more focused as well. So it's so much that you can observe on the days that you take with the plant medicines, and how it's spinning up in our soul as well. So this process allowed me to open up my home space for all kinds of workshops, ceremonies, and also like journaling activities. And there is so much the women have found, as well as the confidence, the comfort in our thoughts, able to share, open up our throat center, open up our heart center as well. Yeah. So a little bit more deeper on what exactly is cacao and the benefits out of it as well is cacao is the raw, unprocessed form of chocolate. It is made from the seeds of the cacao tree called the Theobroma cacao, which grow in pods on the trunk and branches of the tree. The seeds are fermented, dried, roasted to create cacao beans, which are ground to produce cocoa powder and chocolate. The ones that I got is Kate's cacao, which is hand picked, hand roasted, and not being used under any machineries or heavy heating process as well. And I noticed there is this beautiful energy flowing from Keith and Barbara into these breaks that we consume as well. I have tried multiple of them. And I noticed in some the caffeine content was higher. I was feeling jittery, but with this one I felt more stable, more in connection into the heart center. But again, everyone meets cacao at a different space, so maybe we need some other ways of it. Maybe we need kids cacao. It doesn't really define what is right or wrong. Each of us are so different, but one thing I would highly recommend is give it a try and see where you meet it as well. Yeah. Cacao is known for its rich chocolatey flavor and often used in chocolate based foods and beverages such as chocolate bars, cakes, cookies, and hot cocoa. It is also used in some non food products as well, with the skincare and the beauty products. If you love chocolate smell, like the cocoa creams are great for that. Yeah. So, cacao is high in antioxidants, magnesium, and other nutrients that have been linked to various health benefits, improving the heart health, brain function, the mood. However, it is also essential to remember that many chocolate products contain added sugar, fat, and other ingredients, which can negate some of the potential health benefits of cacao. To get the most benefits from cacao, choose high quality, minimally processed chocolate product, which is definitely recommended. Yeah. So do check, like if you're going to try a block of cacao, like check the ingredients, check the source where it is coming from, know a little more about like the background of it, so you know what is it ethically sourced as well, because everything is energy. What we are consuming is energy. Some of the benefits of consuming cacao are like, as it's a superfood which has been used for centuries to support health and wellness, from its antioxidant products to mood boosting benefits. Consuming cacao can be beneficial for both physical and mental health. It has also been recognized by the sports athletes as well, the energy they're having after consuming cacao as well. The heart health, some research suggests that consuming cacao or chocolate may help improve blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and other factors that contribute to the heart health. And my own thing with the cardiomyopathy as well, definitely I'm noticing the way I'm reacting to things is much calmer than panicky state. The brain function, cacao is a source of flavonoids, an antioxidant that may help improve blood flow to the brain and support cognitive function. Cacao contains many minerals, vitamins that can offer protection against damage caused by free radicals and help reduce inflammation, while its high level of magnesium may have been known to ease stress and anxiety. The other thing as well is the brain fog. A majority of us are being impacted by the brain fog, which I have noticed since consuming cacao. It's much in better place, because the clarity is coming. I'm able to focus. I'm able to be more productive as well. The mood. Theobromine, one of the cacao's key components, help to boost energy levels, enhance focus, and even improve overall cognitive function. The weight management. The polyphenols found in cacao can also help in promote healthy cholesterol levels as well as improve the digestive health. Some studies have found that cacao intake may help with weight management by reducing appetite and increasing feeling of fullness. It is also the diuretic as well. So watch out, as you're consuming cacao, you might be flushing out more toxins as well. Definitely, I don't feel hungry on the days I consume cacao. And also, I don't have the sugar cravings as well on the days I consume cacao. So, which I have noticed myself. Just in case some might have tummy fullness, I had it for a few weeks. It is it also matters what emotions are we processing, what emotions are we ready to release. That also plays an impact of it. Yeah. The skin health. Cacao and cocoa based products may help the skin protective properties, which will be helpful in reducing skin sensitivity to the sun as well. So do check your cosmetics as well. Yeah. For me, the most important thing is the spiritual benefits of the cacao. as it's a heart and opener, clear mind, connecting to people with their higher selves and with others. So you are getting the best out of your soul growth as well. Like, if you recognize your life purpose, or you recognize your project, what is going to be fulfilling. So here is, you give your 100% towards it. You're not in a lack, but you're working yourself from the full on of it. So you increase your openness and vulnerability. Some people report that consuming cacao helps them feel more open, vulnerable, which can facilitate deeper connection and intimacy with others. You show more empathy because you're connected to yourself. It also helps in enhanced mindfulness and presence. You are more staying present, aware of this very present moment with the people, and you become a better listener. Greater connection to the natural world. Cacao is a plant-based food that is often consumed in a way that honors and respects the cacao plant and its role in spiritual practices. Increased creativity and inspiration. Some people report that consuming cacao helps them to tap into creativity and find new sources of inspiration. Definitely, mine has been a total game changer, as art is my favorite hobby, and my art has gone into source creation, channeling, and I now download source codes, light codes, and it has been a total shift, like what art has been coming up now. Yeah. And I have been speaking through the women circles and the people who have been consuming, and everyone has been reporting that since they have been on this journey, they have been more in a flow state, because it works also on your sacral chakra, which is opening up and allowing your connection. And it is important to think about, like, these spiritual benefits of cacao can vary widely from person to person. And the effects of cacao may be influenced by factors such as individual beliefs, expectations, and personal experiences. And it's not a cure for all, but should not be used as a substitute for medical or psychological treatment. And definitely, I would suggest, like, if you're on SSIRs, antidepressants, do watch out your intake, because it could make an effect on it. But if you're not on any medications, great, get going on it. Like, again, check in, like, take a small doses to build it up. Like, again, I'm not coming from a medical advice here, so take what your body is allowing. Do your own research as well. So since I was on my own medications in March, I had to do my own research about it. How safe is it consuming? What are the side effects? What is that I'm gaining out of it? I had to really mark myself, like, so that's the best way to go and take in. And you hear another word is the ceremonial cacao. So here I want to a little bit more share about what does ceremonial cacao mean. It's a type of, again, like, consumed in more a ritual way. It is made from the high quality, raw, minimally processed cacao beans, and as generally consumed as a warm beverage. It's often used in the spiritual or healing practices, like combination with Reiki, meditation, yoga, energy work, like, and it is believed to have these ceremonial properties that can help open the heart, clear the mind, connect people with their higher selves and others. And that's where you would notice when you type up ceremonial cacao, like, gatherings, altar, with cacao in the beautiful mugs, like, holding the space. And it's all about anchoring, setting an intention, and consuming it. When you do that, you are allowing to notice what's happening with you. But if it's like a Starbucks, you're on the go and consume it, it might be working, but you may not be recognizing it, because you are not giving yourself the chance to check in with yourself. What am I getting benefit out of it today? And ceremonial cacao is not the same as the ordinary chocolate, or it's made from the raw, minimally processed beans. So it is not like you have a bar, you keep eating, and you want the benefits out of it. It's made with a lot of love, purity, the connection to the Mother Earth itself, and giving back. One of the most common things that I constantly be asked about the cacao and the cocoa is, what is it? Are they really different or not? Yeah. So cacao and cocoa are both made from the seeds of the cacao tree, Theobroma, but there are some important differences between the two. Like, cacao again is the unprocessed, roasted to create the cocoa beans is the next process. Cacao is often sold in the form of beans, cocoa nibs, which are smaller pieces of the cocoa beans. Cacao is known for its rich chocolatey flavor, and then it can be made into different things. Whereas cocoa, on the other hand, is a processed form of the seed, which are grounded to create the cocoa powder and chocolate. Cocoa is often sold in the form of powder chocolate bars, and also some places it's been extracted the cocoa butter as well. Yeah. So that's the other thing that you need to be aware and notice it. In general, cacao is considered to be the healthier form of chocolate, as it's from the raw, unprocessed, and higher concentration of antioxidants. Many cocoa products, on the other hand, are made from the processed cocoa beans with the sugar and everything. So do make your choices there. The simple way to make a cacao drink, I also have a video on that. I'll be posting up down below, so you can see how I make my cacao. You take 1 cup of warm water with 28 grams of, which is a daily dose of cacao powder, some honey depending on your taste buds, and a pinch of a cinnamon and cayenne pepper. Again, like these spices you can ignore if you're allergic, intolerant, or you dislike them. And I pour them into my NutriBullet and whisk it and consume because it gives you the smooth texture. But you can also make a paste and then use water to make it boiling as well over a saucepan. That can also be done. Remember, what you like the taste is where it comes from. It's bitter, so I highly suggest you to take some honey. Some people like it maple syrup, some people like agave or coconut sugar as well. Again, your preferences there. So yeah, whichever your way, go for it. Some people love to add these other spices of, like, turmeric, it could be, or vanilla extract it could be, or sometimes I do add some mushrooms, which is reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane as well, to bring it more enhanced version of it. Yeah. So whatever you like, so try not to have, definitely don't add any dairy milk, but add, if you like it, like coconut milk or almond milk are great to add as well. Yeah. So that is where this whole journey about the cacao has been, a little bit more information about it. And if you would like to order, check out what are the other ones. I highly recommend Keys Cacao. So if you're looking to order one and you want a discount code, it's right below in the show notes. And good luck with your first drink. And if there is any ceremonies being held online or in person locally, go watch out, be participated, and see for yourself what you will get out of it, because I highly recommend to give it a try. And I bet you will enjoy that. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening in, and I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, watch out for the events that are coming up in Seattle if you're around, and good luck with this journey. Thank you guys. Lots of love. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Namaste.